what was he doing with a gun? Like, I get it. But at the same time, you're 17. Stay fucking home, dog. This shit's dangerous. As you can see, as everyone can see at home, there are fucking violent criminals out on the street taking advantage of this shit. There are violent fucking criminals out there. Why would you send your 17-year-old child to this? What is wrong with you? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Xris Beltran Show. Today is a very special day. Today is my birthday. Today is my birthday. Today kind of is my birthday. It's actually not my birthday. I was born November 24th, 1992. I'm turning 29 this year, and it is so crazy. It is crazy because I don't feel old. I don't feel as old as everybody says that they are at this age. I feel like I'm still 21. Or at least I feel just as dumb as I was when I was 21 years old. So, at least I have found the secret of youth, which is stupidity. And yeah, dude, it's fucking great, dude. I love turning 29. It's so weird because at the beginning, of your 20s, like when you're really a young adult, I don't know. I feel like girls don't do this. Girls don't go through this at all. Their birthdays are fucking awesome. Every year, girls' birthdays are just so swell. They're just so great, And for guys, it's a completely different story. It feels like every year you get like depression on your birthday. In your early 20s, which is so weird because I feel like growing up, I feel like I was just always constantly needing to just like be somebody, and like you need to be somebody, and that means that you're gonna be rich if you're that somebody, and then you build this idea over a long period of time that you're going to be just this rich Mac Daddy motherfucker in a couple of years. And then a year goes by and you're nowhere close. You're nowhere close to the goal, but you're like, dude, my come up is coming. And then every year it goes. Some people get it. Some people just get it. And then some people don't get it. And then when you don't get it, you start to change a lot. And sometimes, and I don't know if it's just because I'm here right now. Like I'm right here, right now. But I'm so fucking glad I'm not the Mac Daddy right now. I feel like I've always wanted to be the motherfucker, like the coolest guy in the room, the dopest friend, the person that just impresses people like crazy, and now it's like I'm so glad I'm not that person. I'm so glad I'm not that person because I just kind of feel like when you're young and hot, and I mean like a hot commodity, it definitely messes with your head. It messes with the relationships that you have with people. And so it's really hard, And so like when you grow older and then, sometimes you appreciate stuff a little bit more. I appreciate stuff a lot now. And back then I didn't. So a lot of people really hate looking like really getting old. And I like it. I like getting older. This is what I wanted. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be older. I wanted to be more mature. I wanted to just grow up. And the idea of that changes all the time, but still, So cheers to me, 29 years old. I'm drinking some coffee, smoking some of this, whatever it is. I've been buying carts lately just because it's so much more convenient. I'm just worried as fuck that this is it for me. This is it. I don't want to find out in 15 years this shit causes like super cancer. Like it's like, oh, cigarettes, how it causes cancer in like 30 years? This does it in half the time. Isn't that impressive? It's like, oh shit. Oh shit. I've actually been smoking this way more than flower, which means people don't judge me as much anymore, which is so great, dude. I just fucking love that we just judge marijuana smokers, and it's like typically their problems are the ones that are just the most easiest to get through. they're just the I just feel like my problems are just like way more simple than like an alcoholic's problem or like someone who's battling just a fucking even just a sugar addiction or a coffee addiction. Like this is easier. This is by far easier. So, just another thing to be more appreciative about. We're going to talk about some serious subjects today. We're going to talk about some light subjects today. I definitely want to start off with the light subjects, just because I don't want to turn this into a fucking depressed fest, and then try to come out of it with some happy stories. So, number one thing though is that the hip hop wars of 2021 is finally over. Thank fucking God. Okay. Kanye and Drake officially made up. Drinks to that. That's all I have to say about that. Finally, let's make some music. Let's make some music, fellas. Let's do it. I won't lie. I was very entertained with the beef. I like how there was no killing. There's no violence. There's never, like, it's not like it is in the 90s. The 90s is done. I'm glad that era of hip hop is over. That was a great era of hip hop. It was a great era of hip hop, but it needed to end because it can only go so far. And people were killing each other. Stars were killing each other, or at least perhaps, but there was a lot of violence, and I'm glad it's just resorted to petty shit. And I know people complain about the petty shit, and they're like, they wouldn't last a fucking week in the 90s. Like, listen, yeah, like, thank God we don't have to go back there. I don't care if anybody could last in the night. I don't give a shit. It's just like, I don't like, and honestly, I don't really mind that rappers got to take care of business, and sometimes they're feuding with each other. But then when you got fans feuding with each other, like to a point where they would get violent. Like that's where we draw the line. That's where it's a little too far. Too effing far, man. But yeah, thank God that Drake and Kanye made up, dude. Another thing in music is that Silk Sonic came out. That's a fucking great album. This bitch got me paying the rent. Dude, I've been saying that all around the house. All around. This bitch got me paying the rent. Every time my girl every time she asks me for something, I just get up and then I slowly walk and then I start slowly dancing and I'm like, this bitch got me paying the rent. Dude, that's my new catchphrase this year. This bitch got me paying the rent. Oh, man. Oh, that's so fucking. A lot of shit happened this week. We'll just jump into it, We'll just jump into it because I feel like 5 minutes. 5 minutes is good enough. 10 minutes is good enough. Why not? Let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse and the guilty verdict. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The non-guilty verdict. My apologies. That was not really a joke either. No, he got a non-guilty. If you don't know by now, click the fuck off this video because this is not where you get the news from. I'm gonna be clear. This is not where you get the news from. Okay, do not listen to this and say, well, I heard that he carried a gun into. No. Do not listen to me officially, okay? I'm going to talk about what I know. I'm going to talk about what I don't know, what I think, what I believe, and I need to be corrected. I need to be corrected if I'm wrong. Excuse me. I'm going to take my glasses off. I don't want to talk about this with sunglasses on just because I just don't want to cross the, Not to make another joke, but I'm not trying to do Astro World again. But, this is it's really like no. I don't know how to. I don't even know how to do this in a funny way. So I'm just gonna do it serious and talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Now, first off, my point of view on everything. Just we're gonna like long story short it, and then I want to talk about it because it's weird. A lot of people are very upset about this. A lot of my artist friends are really upset about the verdict. They think that Kyle Rittenhouse deserves murder charges. They believe that he is a murderer who got off scot-free. This dude got off scot-free. And I partially disagree with that. So it's really hard for me to like go on the internet and I made jokes about it about Kyle crying in the court office and everything, and it's so hard to tell jokes about stuff sometimes because I kind of feel like it almost reveals your political ideas. Or at least people feel like they understand your political ideas. So, if I were to say something like as a joke about Kyle Rittenhouse, let's just say being a baby, that was kind of funny. Dude, watching it, listen, I secretly get enjoyment from watching people cry. Like, I don't mean like... Like that's nothing. There's nothing in that for me. But when you see someone just like that's when it's like, oh God, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Put it together. And it's so. And I don't want a motherfucker telling me that they don't slightly get off on that shit just a teeny bit. Just a teeny bit. When someone's when someone makes walrus noises, okay? When someone makes like they're having a stroke while they cry, it's low key funny, and there's nothing wrong with laughing. There's nothing wrong with taking a pragmatic approach to how we look at something, and then also kind of like laughing at a couple of things. And like, I'm not like, even if I was talking to Kyle Rittenhouse right now, I probably wouldn't say it to us. But if it came up, I'd be like, listen, We all cry like that sometimes. I've cried like that sometimes. I've had those moments. And it's just like my man's got caught lacking on camera, and it sucks that's gonna go to, like, you know, with all the video that just, you know, fucking, with all the video that gets collected, that shit's gonna be stored. It's so technology and where we're going now. Like, I could go off on this subject alone, but I don't know why I was fucking talking about Kyle fucking crying for 15 for 100 minutes. You know, it's funny. But like, okay, going back to it though, you know, I have a lot of people that are very upset about this, and okay, it's jokes. You know, so so when I make a joke about Kyle Rittenhouse crying, I don't want people to think that I want this guy fucking buried. Like, I know, like I don't want this guy to just be fucking crushed. You know, I don't think that he should rot in fucking prison, and that this is just an extra fucking dose of haha. And like I don't want that. And I also don't want like the video that I came out with last week where I make fun of a bunch of woke TikToks. Like, no one's ever said it. No one's commented on it, like any like criticism on it, but I also don't want to put that out and people think that this guy's a motherfucking Trump supporter, this guy's a motherfucking redhead, this guy is a fucking like this and this. And so it's really hard to joke about this stuff and do something without people just automatically assuming like what your political beliefs are. And so, like, the thing is, when it comes to something as like I don't even want to say political, but like, you know, political device. I don't want to say divisive either. Just political, and it's a very broad term. Political. I mean, like social politics, government politics. You know, when it comes to that stuff, and you have a very strong emotional reaction to some of the lightest stuff. You know, it's very hard. It's very hard for me to take your opinion seriously. And it's typically those people. It's typically the people that have the strongest emotional reaction to the news and to the social politics. It's typically those people that assume your politics on a specific thing based on other attributes, such as your fashion, the jokes that you make, the kind of content you put out. Now, of course, you know, this is I'm talking about this very broadly. So there are other people who do put this type of content out here, and then they like, you know, they are who they are. You know, they make fun of liberals and because they're conservative, you know. And so I I participate in some of the politics, like from a comedic standpoint, and from just a podcast speaking, talking about it standpoint. And just know that I'm very center. I'm very in the center. There are some things that I lean left on, and there are some things that I lean right on, and it's constantly shifting. And I feel like I've never changed my political opinions more than literally over this YouTube channel. Like I've gone back and forth, you know, and I don't like to talk about who I vote for, but I like to talk about what I'm thinking about when I'm voting for something. And if you get who I voted for, then you get who I voted for. I can't really stop you from assuming that. But I will tell you what I know. And I don't say this as like I'm from a higher, like, because I'm taking the most pragmatic approach, because I'm not getting angry when you say you're I don't want to confuse anybody and think that because I don't get emotionally upset when I see a lot of what's in politics, I don't want people to think that they're wrong for thinking the way that they are, and that, you know, that I'm turning a blind cheek to whatever we're talking about. With that being said, I believe Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent on most charges. I believe that he is innocent from any murder charge. All murder charges. He is innocent. He's innocent. Every single person that he shot, not killed, shot, was in self-defense. They were closing in on him. That's the thing that we're looking at. Okay? We'll talk about the other stuff, what he was doing with the gun, but about the actual shooting of the gun and hitting people, the 3 targets that he hit, they were closing distance on him. It was not the other way around, and it was never the other way around. And anybody can correct me on that. But when you are closing in distance on somebody with violent or deadly intent, you will get shot by that person if they're holding a gun. Not a smart idea to hit somebody with a gun with your skateboard. Not a smart idea to chase somebody with an assault rifle. And those people that were chasing him, those people that were chasing that Kyle Rittenhouse, they thought in their minds, he don't got it in him. He don't got it in him to discharge that weapon. No. And the 3 fucking people that he shot so happen to have a wide criminal record. So I feel like that gave them a little bit of confidence in thinking maybe he's not going to shoot this weapon because I don't think he's got it in him. That's my idea of it. I think that they thought because that they've, like, you know, I mean, fuck, dude. If you get, I couldn't even imagine choking my girlfriend. I couldn't imagine choking my fiance. And this guy was like one of the, I don't want to say victims, because even in the court case they said that, but like one of the people was a 2-time, like, he choked his girl out twice. Dude, I talk about you don't got it in you. I don't got it in me. I don't got it in me. There's no way. There's no fucking, I'll put holes in my drywall before I fucking choke my girl. And guess what? Wall's still here, baby. Wall is still here. Wall is wall. Okay? I don't got that in. How, like these people are fucking crazy. If they're fucking crazy, dude. Are you telling me that, dude, just obviously this guy would chase it. Like if this guy thinks when he's in super mode, you know, you've been in super mode, you know, you're not really thinking rationally, but you got a lot of strength and you got a lot of confidence, okay? And you're in super mode and you got to look for something, okay? And you see this motherfucking kid and, like, in your head, you've been in super mode multiple times. And in those multiple times of being in super mode, you choked out your girlfriend twice, bro. So this guy, and we can all agree, whatever side of the political spectrum you are, whoever you are, hey, you don't choke your girl, okay? You don't choke your girl. I don't know nobody that chokes their girl, okay? But this guy sees someone with an AR-15 and is like, yo, I've choked bitches before. I could go for this guy. And he goes for it. And he's not thinking, you know? He's never thought in super mode. You know? If you've been in super mode and you start choking women, then this situation with a guy with an AR-15, you have the same type of fucking rusty gears grinding in your head. I gotta do something about this. And it's just, like, first off, it's so fucking bizarre that the 3 people that he shot have wide criminal records. And it just makes me think that, like, who else was out there that night? Who the fuck? Like, there's no way that this guy fucking rolled the 50-sided dice and got won 3 times in a row. Ain't no fucking way, dog. Ain't no fucking way. There were people out. And they were doing damage. Now, what does that mean for Kyle and his gun? I'll get to that in a little bit because I do have some not so favorable opinions about Kyle Rittenhouse that I do want to share with you. So I am trying to take a balanced approach from this, and I will fucking rip his mom in a bit. Later in the show, I'm going to rip Kyle Rittenhouse's mother. So, these they're fucking wild, dude. This guy, another guy was a 5-time convicted child predator. I'm going to let this one go. I'm just going to let this one go. Sometimes you look at a situation and you're like, no, we got to stand up for this person. And sometimes, yo, dog, to the wolves, bro. I don't care. Just throw it away. The fuck do I want with it? Just toss it in the trash. Who gives a fuck? That one particularly? Oops. Oops. My bad, dog. Man, dude, that sucks. Damn, bro, that's crazy. Damn, bro. You're a 5-time convicted child predator? And you died? Fuck, dude. That's tough nuts, bro. That is some tough nuts. Damn, dude. Oh, gosh, I would eat 100 bad Whoppers. Those bad Whoppers with when you bite into it, they're really hard and they're also empty. I would rather eat 100 of those than fucking have you continue walking around. Sign me the fuck up. Dude, oh well. Oh well. I hate to make a joke about this shit, but oh well. Dude's dead. Homie's gone. Fuck. Oh well. So, and then you got Rosenbaum. And this guy, judging by the pictures, he looks like the dumbest of all 3 of them. He looks like the dumbest of all 3 of them, dude. Can you believe that he got shot and he got a guilty? He was guilty. He was guilty of fucking aggravated assault or whatever. Let me see. Let me look this up. I saved it. What was it? Assault with an illegal weapon. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Damn, dude. What are you fucking doing, dude? What are you fucking doing? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, dude, these guys are fucking... Oh, I'm sorry. Grosgeritz was the guy who lived. Rosenbaum was the guy who died. That's the one who's a sex offender. That's the guy who's a sex offender. Damn, dude. It's just so. I'll post this graphic because it's very definitely worth looking at for a while. But yeah, man, that sucks for them. So I see now they're all white. So I don't know why we're making this a race issue. Like I don't get why we're making this a race issue. Now, of course, a counter protest to a protest that is a counter protest to a protest for I can't remember. I don't remember the victim's name. I don't remember who. But it was a time, during the, I'm just gonna say BLM protest riots, the BLM riots of 2020. That it wasn't George Floyd, it was somebody else, but yeah, so he was there for a counter protest. Does that make him racist? I don't know. I don't think so. A lot of people, he was seen cleaning up graffiti and everything. I know what that means. Sure, that doesn't mean much, but you got to think though. You got to think he was just helping. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying dude, he was just helping. He was just helping. I do want to talk about this gun though. First off, Kyle Rittenhouse's mother has got to be the most lousiest parent that I've seen in a long fucking time. Kyle Rittenhouse's mother is the dumbest bitch ever. I'm sorry. But you're a dumb bitch. See, I don't get who drives their 17-year-old child during a pandemic to a protest with a gun. I don't get this. I don't understand why he was in that situation. And now this is the other side of the story that I absolutely hate. I hate this part of the story. What was he doing with a gun? I get it. But at the same time, you're 17. Stay fucking home, dog. This shit's dangerous. As you can see, as everyone can see at home, there are fucking violent criminals out on the street taking advantage of this shit. There are violent fucking criminals out there. Why would you send your 17-year-old child to this? What is wrong with you? There is something severely wrong. And the thing that's and here's I see why people are very upset about this. I could only imagine how crazy conservative that household is. How there's conservative households, and then there's crazy conservative households. And this I'm just assuming, but this has to be one of them. This has to be what, imagine you're a parent and you're talking to your child And I don't know how quickly it took for him to convince his parents to let him do this. But hey, can you drive me to Kenosha with a fucking AR-15 so I can hold on to it at the protest? Like, and the parent was like, yeah. Like, I don't know if they thought it was a great idea or if they disagreed with it, but was like, you know what? My son is old enough, even though he's 17, I think that he's 18 mentally, which I'm totally cool with her thinking that her son is 18 mentally. But what the fuck is ticking in your brain to say that I'm driving my fucking child with an AR-15? I don't know if it's his. I really don't know if he is the rightful owner of that gun or if he was legally allowed to own that gun. Whether or not he is, I feel like it is still like, dude, if I had a gun that was not mine and somebody was coming for me, hey, I'm shooting first, asking questions later. I'm asking questions later, dog. I don't care what's in my hands. I have a gun in my hands. Someone's chasing me. Guess what? I'm going to have one less bullet and one less person chasing me. Facts. Wouldn't you? If you had a gun? No, because you weren't supposed to be having that gun in the first place for whatever reason. So that's why I feel like the gun part of it, I don't even really give a shit. These guys were closing in on him and he was running away from them. And he had a gun. That's why it's fucking irrelevant. That's why it's fucking irrelevant to me that he had a gun, almost irrelevant, that he had a gun on him. Okay? Now, his parents are, and also, like, just to brush up on, like, he's not even from there. He crossed state lines. It's a 20-minute trip. Chill out. Okay, like it's a 20-minute trip. My mom lives 25 minutes away from me. She lives the exact same distance from me. So if I felt more inclined to come from, I'm sorry if you're not from California, if I coming from Woodland to Sacramento, because Sacramento is my epicenter, is the epicenter that I do things with, and that's my big community, and I had family here, I don't give a shit. Like that's irrelevant. You are community here. I'm community in Sacramento, and I'm still community in Woodland. I don't give a fuck if I'm not even living there no more. Sorry. That's just how it goes. But so, like, this guy didn't have I don't know the rules too much of handguns, really, like the legal laws. I know a little bit more about gun safety, and there were a lot of gun safety rules. That were broken that night. Now, one of the most important gun safety rules that was taught to me. This is important. If you don't know this, and it's weird because I didn't know this until it was taught to me, but then I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that. But hearing it come from somebody, it just clicks, and so that's why I want to say it. Having a gun on you does not gain you access to areas where you couldn't go if you didn't have a gun. A gun does not give you access to places you couldn't go if you didn't have a gun. Okay? If there's an alleyway, dark, scary alleyway, and you walk past that alleyway Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday you brought your gun with you, and that's the shortcut. Since you have your gun on you, do you go down that alleyway? No. You still take the long way. Because the gun does not give you access to that alleyway. And I think that's one of the, and it's a rule, but it's not law. Because you can't argue that. You can't argue that rule in court, okay? So it's a spoken law on gun safety. or I'm sorry, spoken law. Spoken rule. It's a spoken rule on gun safety. And I think that rule was broken this night. I feel like Rittenhouse knew that he had a gun. Like, so when you go into this protest, you know what you can and can't handle. And that's and I think he didn't think about that. And there's no way that we can hold that particular idea against him. You know, because it wasn't gross negligence. It was just it just didn't click with him. But because you have a gun at a protest, now if you feel like you need to bring a gun to a protest, and you do, you need to stay in the areas where guns are supposed to be. You do not run down the street where protesters, like you're a counter protester. You're a counter protester. The guy didn't look too liberal, you know? So he sticks out like a sore thumb, you know? He's got an assault rifle, and he's running down the street where there are a lot of people that just don't like him, that just don't agree with him, and that are really, really, really angry, and that are very motivated, you know? So what was he doing walking? What was he doing going down? Like, and I know he was trying to get some help. And this is where like my knowledge of it gets really hazy, because I know he was running down the street, but I don't know like if I think he was getting medical attention or he was getting some sort of help. But it just like it wasn't the right move. And I don't know who he was with. You know, that like I know that there was other people out that night with guns. At least I believe so. And I just wished that they looked at that kid and said, you know what? This is a good kid. He's 17 years old. He's young. You look at a kid, he's young. You're with me, buddy. Let's stick together. Oh, we need to go on a reconnaissance mission? We'll send this 32-year-old motherfucker out. I don't know why that wasn't discussed. Why wasn't the safety of the 17-year-old kid considered by these counter protesters? And I don't know if he acted alone and if he thought maybe I need to go out and be the hero. And like maybe that's an issue. But I just kind of feel like this whole like there's so much when it comes to these guilty verdicts. When it comes to these cases, you know, you can't make this kid's not guilty. This kid's not guilty of murder. He's guilty of a lot of things, though. He's guilty of a lot of things, and that's why this guy's gonna walk off. And see, do I think that he should go out free as a bird? I don't know. I feel like a lot more scrutiny. I feel like we need to look at this a little bit more, because I like the other reasons that I just listed out. I'm a little perplexed at that. Why are you driving your kid to a fucking protest and arming him with an AR-15? Why are other adult men looking at this young kid and thinking, yeah, let's let him do shit? No, you got to keep him with you. It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross that it happened. And now, like, I'm worried that, like, I'm worried now that it's totally okay to bring your guns to a protest. Guys, guess what? We can bring our guns to a protest now. If they're legal, I mean, definitely if they're legal. Definitely, dude. If you can bring your gun to a protest, like if you can conceal carry, fuck it, bro. Let's go. And that's what people are saying now. And now there's going to be more people. There's going to be way more people bringing guns to these protests on both sides. on both sides, and we just opened a can of worms with this case. You know, and it's hard because, like, I do agree with the verdict. But now this is emboldening those, like, rigid households that people like Kyle Rittenhouse came from, where they just fucking, I bet you that mom just fucking watches fucking news. It's just fucking Tucker Carlson just fucking knows it. He just fucking knows it. And just turns to, these fucking liberals and and then the kid's like, yeah, they're fucking liberals. And then he goes on TikTok and then he sees these fucking, oh my God, these are my pronouns and this is my fucking face looks like a fucking paper shredder and then he's like, dude, fuck this shit. And then more people are coming out on fucking TikTok and he's scrolling through TikTok. He's on TikTok, scrolling through fucking TikTok, and these like fucking just like crazy ass like fucking basket cases who think they're just fucking lawyers are just saying this is an injustice. This is an injustice. And then, he sees images of fucking trash cans on fire. And he's like, fuck, I want to do something about this because Tucker Carlson hates it. My mom hates it. I hate it. Let's go. And he has a conversation with his mom. And I don't know what happens at the end of it, but at the very least, his mom was like, you know what? I don't agree with this, but I'm going to fucking do it anyway because we need to save our country. And dude, and now so many people now you got hillbilly Herbert sitting on his rocking chair in a town of 700 people right outside of Atlanta or something, and he's like, you know what? Let's go. And he's going to bring his gun out now. And he's going to be sitting there. Now, these people just witnessed a fucking trial. And this guy, Kyle Rittenhouse, did not, as far as I saw from the footage, I didn't see him antagonizing anybody. He was not antagonizing anybody. He wasn't like, hey. I didn't see that from the footage. But I bet my bottom fucking dollar that now we got people that are gonna be doing that. We're gonna have people that are gonna be brandishing their weapon, that are gonna be like, you know what, back up, I'll shoot this shit up, dog. I'll shoot it up. You got people now that are just like, that's the way that they're gonna fucking do it, that they want it now. They want it. This is their time, dude. My president fucking lost. The people who side with the different political belief on the other side of the political spectrum just fucking destroyed cities, man. Cities that, quite frankly, I didn't really even give a shit about. I was just upset that they fucking damaged a police station. And now this kid got off. I'm bringing my motherfucking peace, dude. People are going, dude. And it's the fucking, we just opened the door. And so now it's going to be even more dangerous. It's just, this could also be sensationalism. You know what I mean? Like it just happened. You just got guilty like a couple days ago. For historical purposes, if you're watching this in the very, 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 very far future, this just happened. I don't know if it's gonna get worse. This may not do anything. This may calm it all down. I don't know. I could be a basket case myself. So it's a tough situation, and I got a lot of friends that are just that think that he's fucking guilty, and although I don't necessarily agree with a guilty verdict per se, And I don't know, and I don't know a single person who knows everything about this case. I like, even myself. I like everyone I've talked to, I've asked them at least a few questions. A few questions where I don't know was the answer. I don't know. You know? I don't know. And the other thing that's really, you know, fucking bananas about this case is that, like, it's getting so much coverage. It's getting so much coverage. And like Fox News, the way Fox News, by the way, I watch Fox News. I also watch NBC. I'm not a fan of CNN. I'll watch it occasionally, but NBC is like my liberal news. Like that's where I get my liberal news, and then my conservative news, I get it from Fox News. Fox News is a great source of conservative news. If you want to understand why conservatives are upset about something, even if you disagree with it, I highly recommend you just watch Fox News, just so that you see how they're teaching their side of the story. Because I was watching both sides of the story, and it seems to me, and there's sometimes where I disagree with Fox News immensely. First off, I hate Laura Ingraham. Okay, I can't stand that bitch. Okay, like her shut up and dribble comments were like, that was it, dog. That was it. And then telling what's his face, what was it, Aaron Rodgers or somebody, that he could speak his political opinions, and like, yo, shut the fuck up, bitch, dude. Like, shit. Like, am I right? Am I right? Laura Ingraham, shut the fuck up, bitch, dude. Like, I can't fucking stand her. Tommy Lahren is like a pretty version of me, and I'm only saying that because of the volume of our voice. She's fucking loud. She's fucking, dude. I could go off on like all the Fox News hosts. I know all of them so well because I watch Fox News a lot, and I hate a lot of them. I do love Tucker Carlson. He's hilarious. It's just, I love his fake. That's my best Tucker Carlson. Dude, but anyway, like, going back to it, on NBC, they really, like, even though Kyle Rittenhouse got off on all 6 charges, they were still calling him a murderer. They were still calling the people, even though we took out the word victim from the court cases, they were still calling them victims. And it was just, you know, it's fucking like, dude, like, what do you expect, you know? Oh, man. And meanwhile, you know, all of this news, like, is just like, we're talking about it. And there's one lady who just started her trial who is literally one of the head people of the largest human trafficking ring in American history. This bitch is on trial, and no news covers it. Not even, I haven't heard anything from Fox, dude. And maybe I haven't watched enough Fox News. Okay, I don't know. This seems like they would hit it way more than a liberal news source. But, like, dude, Ghislaine Maxwell is on trial for human trafficking. And I put a poll up. on my Instagram page. And you know what? I'm so happy at my fucking group of people. Let me see if I can bring it up, because I want the final count. Story settings. How do you go to previous history of your stories? Do you guys know how to do that? Insights? Would it be in my insights? I think so. Absolutely would. All right. All right. Thanks, Lucy, you fucking troll. You ruined I'm counting you on the other side, okay? So one person voted. Okay, so I asked, who should rot more in jail? We're talking about one more than the other, so we obviously have a preference on who we think should be in jail more. Isn't that right? If we're talking about two people that are in court right now, Ghislaine Maxwell and, we'll run the clock a few days so that we could put them in the same realm. Kyle Rittenhouse and Ghislaine Maxwell, they're on trial for roughly the same time. The same time she's starting hers, he just ended his. Okay, the same time. Yet we're talking so much more about Kyle Rittenhouse, someone who killed convicted felons, and who's just trying. He's just trying. He was just trying stuff earlier that day. And he brought a fucking AR-15. His parents are fucking dumb shits. Say what you want. Oh, fine. You know what? Kyle Rittenhouse, he murdered 2 people and he attempted to murder a 3rd. We got a human trafficker. I don't think y'all understand, okay? Take Kyle Rittenhouse, as guilty as he is. Take the other 3 people that he shot, as guilty as they are, with even their new convictions, and that pales in comparison to what the fuck Ghislaine Maxwell is in court for. And yet we're so hooked on just Kyle Rittenhouse and how the system is fucking broken. The system, no one, and when Ghislaine Maxwell gets off scot-free, dude, scot-free, ain't nobody complaining about the fucking justice system. Ain't nobody gonna say that shit's broken. Not a single one of, and this is what kind of makes me upset. And I say this with all love. I say this with all love to the people that would disagree with me. And there's people that I've seen stories of people very upset with this, and my friends and everything, and I really implore you, the few of you that know me to speak up on this case too, the Ghislaine Maxwell case. If your only concern is this Kyle Rittenhouse case, and then you drop off the fucking planet for Ghislaine Maxwell, you just don't give a shit, fuck you. I don't want nothing with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I want nothing. Your only concern is your identity and people just like you who jerk off to this virtue porn, who just fucking, I need to stand up for human rights. And the best way to do that is to do it with the thing that's so popular right now, which is this Kyle Rittenhouse case. But nobody's going to say nothing. No one said anything yet about Ghislaine Maxwell. Nobody. And it just makes me upset that I have a strong feeling that not enough people will watch this thing all the way through to get this in their fucking heads, dude. No one will watch this all the way through to get this in their fucking, very few people that my thoughts on my centrist thoughts on Kyle Rittenhouse is far more controversial than just the Ghislaine Maxwell case in general. Like that's like, see, this is where we get these issues of this fighting, this culture war, this political culture warfare that we're in, dude. It like do you guys not I'm sorry if I'm talking to you as if you do. I apologize. I'm getting a little too worked up. But like, do you kind of see how there's more people that are upset about people who think that Kyle Rittenhouse should get off free? More people are upset about those type of people than the Ghislaine Maxwell case. There's a priority issue. And I have had a couple of people that messaged me out after that. By the way, that poll ended 20-0. Lucy, you son of a bitch. I moved you over. I moved you over because I don't want your shit. I love you, but that's some troll business, I believe. It was 19-1. It was 19-1, but I'm gonna say 20-0. But you guys can take it how you know. You know what? 0.5. 19.5 people voted for no, and 0.5 voted for Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, so the case closed. You know, case closed. I just hope, the justice system is indeed broken, whatever you want to define that as. Broken as in it doesn't work every time? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I want to work on fixing that, you know? I want to vote for people that want to fucking fix that shit, you know? Does that mean that the outcome of every trial that does not end in the way you want it to, does that mean that the whole system's broken and that for every person you put in there, it obviously it worked for Derek Chauvin. The system worked for Derek Chauvin, and we all applauded it. Officer Derek Chauvin, it worked, but now it's broken because it didn't work for somebody else, which is very contentious. It's a very contentious thing. I don't even think George Floyd's protest was very contentious. It wasn't very contentious. I don't know a lot of people who think that George Floyd. I don't know anybody who thought George Floyd should have died. I don't know anybody, and I have a lot of conservative friends, and I do have even with conservative friends, and this is why you really need conservative friends as well as liberal friends, because you kind of need to run these ideas with your people, you know. And if you don't have those people, then you build this echo chamber, and then your ideas are so one-sided, and you only know your culture, you know. And this is what causes this culture war, you know. But yeah, it's I don't even know what to say. It's hard. It's hard, you know. The main thing is there was one person in particular that I was scrolling through. I was scrolling through my Instagram and I have my thoughts on it. You know. And there's this person that I love. I love this guy. This guy's the coolest motherfucker ever, you know. I've worked with him. I won't say his name, but I will say his pronouns. He's a he, you know. He's a dope dude. And he made a post on social media. I won't say what platform and I won't say how he did it, but basically along the lines of I really don't want nothing to do with you if you think this is a guilty verdict. And to me it's I really try hard. I try my damnedest. I try my fucking damnedest to look at everything from a pragmatic approach. You know, I really scrutinize as much detail as possible, and I do when I do a lot of shows with Tristan, a lot of my discretion he does a really good job at checking some of the biases that I do have. You know, everyone's got bias, by the way. Everyone. I even like, you can even have a centrist bias, like where you're like everything is just a center issue. It's not a left issue or a right. It's a center issue. You know that. So I even feel like there's even a bias for being in the middle, which I may have more than I think I do. And I think it's important to be aware of that. But also, I really do pride myself on going as slow as possible through details and scrutinizing all of this information. And I truly believe that Kyle is innocent. I truly believe that Kyle is innocent. Do I think he's a great person? No, absolutely not. Do I think that he's awesome? Do I think that, like, it was a great thing for his parents to drive him to the protest? Like there's a lot of, like, I laid out why I think it was a bad idea. Like, I think that this whole situation is just awful. It's fucked up, and I don't like it. And I don't like, Kyle's a fucking moron, dude. Kyle's a fucking moron. And like, in his defense, I was a moron too at 17, 18, 19. I mean, I was a moron at 21. I'm a moron at 29. I still feel like a fucking moron, So, and it's easy to have your confidence, I don't know where I was going. It's easy to be confident when you're a moron too, sometimes. And so, seeing my friend, whom I love dearly, say that, it's almost like, let's talk, dude. What am I not getting? What am I not getting? What do I see? And like, who are you? I also want to challenge, who are you talking to? Are you talking to people that disagree with you in a constructive way? I don't know. I really don't know. It's really hard to talk to somebody when you have an emotional reaction to something. If you're telling me, oh, man, I think that Kyle should have been guilty, dude. I mean, he really brought a gun and it's like, no, it's just Second Amendment right. Like I would be doing the same thing, So it's like, there's like, I get it. I get it. And it's easy. It's so easy to put identity just to some of this stuff, especially because it happened during protests and during the riots last year. And, I never want anyone to think like, yo, this guy's a fucking, well, I mean, if you think I'm a dick, that's okay. I'm a little rough around the edges on my comedy, but like, I never want anyone to think I'm a dick because of my political beliefs. Like, I don't want anybody to think that like I can't stand this dude. And of course, I'm gonna get those people because you can't hit it with everybody. You never can. You never will. Nobody can. Like, not even the idea of God can hit it with everybody, So it's like, I understand, but there's one thing that I would never do, and that's not have, an open conversation with somebody about some of this stuff if it really affected them. And I'm always so interested in knowing other people's like opinions on it, and it's good that we're having this conversation. Like, I feel like this is another like although the situation is very sad, I feel like this is also another like learning point for our country. And I hope we can take it that way, and I hope we don't forget about this. I hope that we remember that when we go to protests, they're protests. They're not riots. They're We keep them protests. We got to keep them protests. And when they turn to riots, go the fuck home. Go the fuck home. It's property. It's insured property. You can't own nothing without insurance. Renter's insurance, the property insurance, homeowner's insurance, it's all insured. And I know it's very difficult to look at your business and watch it just get fucking burnt to the ground after you just worked on it. But fuck, dude, you know, it sucks. It sucks. Some people just fucking die also. Some people just fucking die also. So, you know, if someone came in here and started ruining my shit, I mean, I'll protect my shit. But, when it comes to somebody else's shit, dude, there's really, I don't know. This is a gray area. I don't know. Don't know about that. What I'm saying is I really don't know. I really don't know how to protect my stuff. It's a gray area. And I just think that, there's a lot of people to blame for this, you know? And I just think that, blaming the guy that just shot the trigger and starting that, thinking that the story starts with the person who shot the gun it's a very crooked way of looking at things. It's a very flawed way of looking at things, you know? You can't look at something and think, you know, you can't look at that and think that's where he belongs in jail because he shot the gun. If you think that he belongs in jail because he killed somebody at a protest, however you want to label it, let's do it against Kyle Rittenhouse's favor, a protest instead of a riot. You know, you're wrong. You're wrong. You can't. Killing is okay. I mean, but defending yourself is okay, and I don't see why. And I don't see where we're getting, and I think it's because I think there's a cultural divide that we are now really coddling certain behaviors. And I think that it's great that there's a lot of people that think that we don't need guns. That's awesome, dude. I love the fact that we're a part of society where people think that we don't need guns no more. We did it, guys. But guess what? We're not there yet. People are, fuck, dude. There's never been a system that worked. There's never been a system the Romans never got it, and they're the best. They're literally the best, and United States is the second best. I mean, we got to go for at least another 1,000 years before we catch up to the Romans, you know? And the Romans never once was like, oh, dude, guys, we got it. Let it go. All right. And then for 200 years, it was just bliss. No, dude, there's always going to be flaws in the system, dude. There's always going to be flaws in the system, dude. So, going out and smashing a fucking window is just not the way to fix it, dude. It's not the way to fix it. Choking your girlfriend is not the way to fix your relationship, you know? Fucking damn, dude. Well, I gotta wrap this bitch up, dude. I've been talking for way too long, and now I'm getting annoyed with my voice. I need to shut the fuck up. But, dude, thank you so much for listening to me ramble, dude. I really do want to hear other people's opinions. Feel free to comment down below if you'd like. I don't think that that's a healthy way of doing it. I'm not going to get into I don't know if I want to turn this YouTube video into a forum and just have long form conversation. But if you're out there and what I say really does upset you, and what I say really does upset you, and you want to come on this show and you want to tell your side, because I would love to know another person's side. I would love to know someone who vehemently disagrees with me. Not just doesn't know, but vehemently disagrees with my opinion on it and what I believe the verdict should have been. So if you're out there, just like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, because we're humans, dude. We're humans. Let's talk it out. I feel like that's the best thing to do right now is to just talk shit out. That's what we got to do. And, I'm sorry this is a different podcast, dude. You're fucking happy birthday to me. Am I right? But, yeah, dude. Thank you so much for listening this far. I mean, this is really far. This is like almost an hour and 15 minutes in. So, I appreciate everybody tuning in. This isn't the coolest outro that I've ever done, but if you guys can, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell as well to get the notifications to let y'all know whenever I upload a video to the YouTube channel. Hit me up. I definitely like, this is going to be, I'm very open to communication about this idea, and I want to know everybody's thoughts. Even if you want to comment down below, say that you disagree with me, leave a little short blurb. I won't be able to debate you, but I do want to hear what you have to say, especially if you're this far into the video, even if you skipped a couple of sections and then you got here, So, I definitely want to hear your opinion. I will say, if you're angry at me, I want you to listen to this whole fucking podcast first. I want you to listen to this whole fucking podcast. Like, I'm not gonna accept any anger unless you listen to my podcast, or unless you give me the moment to condense what I've been saying over the past hour and 15 minutes into like 20 minutes off camera, and then we could start there. But I would like to know if you're angry too. I'm sure if you're angry, you're not watching it this far. But if you are, or if you ever feel angry in the future about any other comments that I said, I always want to hear more about it, but I also want to hear it constructively. I don't want to hear disappointing take, bro. You should be ashamed of yourself. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry my tail isn't under my fucking legs right now, and I'm sorry I'm not crying over it, But, yeah, dude, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time. Xris Beltran Podcast, episode 43 is out.